similar concepts than before. We first discussed how related this all task from that metadata is to a timeline. And in this scenario we see a lot of time-related things, and because of this we decided to have a calendar too. This would be the first view you see in the, if you're logged in the system, you see the calendar for today, and you have there a list of different rooms, and you have a time indicator. It's the blue dotted line here, and it's what's going on over the day.
It could be also a highlighted row for the hour we are in or something like that.
and then you have here information about the lecturer, the series or the title of the recording or the planned recording, and you have a status indicator here as red and green dots.
Creative, to choose a calendar. But the beauty about this is it encodes several information visually. For Mary, as an administrator, it's and she enters the room in the morning, her office. It's important to know what to do first and what comes last, or what she has more time for. And this is why we chose a calendar, because on the horizontal axis it shows what comes after what. And then also on the vertical axis we encode the information what's happening at the same time. This is why we choose this fairly non-creative calendar thing, because we thought about another interface like this, where you have somehow like a spreadsheet in Excel. You can you have different rows with different information in, and you can sort the information.
This is the list view we've seen before, yeah. And you can switch it here with a navigation of this interface, and you can switch from the calendar view to the list view, and you can sort by different criteria. And I think it's really necessary to have a list view because you are interested in different cases. And if you are interested in the status of an agent, you want to scroll down about 100 or 200 recordings and to see it. So you can sort it here to see, in this case, the non-working agents.
Well, and it's not only about sorting, because, for example, when it comes to like the professor or the lecturer, then it's of course not sorting alphabetically, but having a drop-down box of which you can choose the options.
Filter. A filter, yes.
A filter,
yes.
Yeah.
We don't like to make the work of Barry too hard, because of this we had a pop-up at the beginning of the day if you are logging in, and it shows the non-working parts, the essential parts of the recording for today.
And of course you can go there all the time, because we have a little indicator. Basically the same thought behind this, like your notification items in your operating system indicating if your battery is low, if you have wireless connection or something like that. So she has always a glance if everything is okay, it's just green up there, but she notices if it turns red or yellow, and then she can click on it and has this list of what's happening right there. So if you what issues, right? Like Jira, and also sorted like major, minor, or blocker, right? That showed, red dot or red box indicating short or not reachable at all. That means system is down, power is gone, not connected, something like this. But also showing minor issues like F33.2 room we were there, like disk nearly full or disk 90% or something like that. Operating system is Windows.
We have a second pop-up and we have it.
Okay. So this would be shown if you click on the green thing, like as a green smiley or something like this. And we have a detailed view. So if you click on the items in the calendar or in the list, you get a detailed view. like the group of Micah's approach, where you can where you have detailed information, meaning like a preview video, status of the capture, or if it's in production chain, like in which stage of production chain is it? Is it in ingest? Is it in encoding, or even it's done? Also, it would be indicated if you scroll back in time. It would be indicated that something is in production chain, maybe by also by little icons above here, like a camera, the thing is recording, like a calendar, the thing is scheduled, and if you have an arrow here, you have an X, and if everything went fine, the thing is just gray there and has a green tick.
Are you talking about for the individual event, or are you talking about scrolling forward and back on the timeline somehow?
No. This year, yes, it is like a pop-up.
Okay.
This is an event. If you're clicking here on this one, you see this pop-up link. I'm using my. And then you have the detailed information, and you can change here some things. It's later, or even if it's cancelled. And this is possible here in the detail view.
Yes. We were told that the system is not able of rescheduling events. So what we do here is just viewing, but yeah, it could be possible to drag and drop things. For example, a lecture is because of a big number of attendees, it's moved to another room. So you see, and this is the beauty about this overview. You can drag it and see. Oh no, wait! I can't drag this from here to Schulte Hall because in Schulte Hall there's something, a conflict, right?
But it belongs on the mass of the rooms you have. If you have 10 rooms, it's possible that thing. But this case, you see only the rooms there are where is something going on today. Because in a large university you have, for example, 50 rooms, and then you have to scroll down and to select another. And there's drag and drop. It's a bit different, and it's not easy to drag and drop and scroll things. And for accessibility reasons,
Or you could maybe have a toggle where you toggle between only the active room.
That's possible. Yeah. We have here for down these two to switch from rooms to lecturers or series.
We also thought about leaving rows out of rooms in which nothing is happening, and keeping the order of the rooms. Like if Schulte Hall is the great auditory. The biggest room and the main room where lecture capture is taking place. It's always on top of the list, and then there come the seminar rooms or something like that. Chris, you had something?
Yeah. So I love Gantt charts because you can see a lot of information very beautifully, and you can see in multiple directions. The problem I almost always run into with them is that information scrolls off the chart. And so now I can't see everything at a glance.
That's a good point. And for example, this is why we introduced.
Yeah, so I like that error, that error notification. I just worry that I'll go back to your analogy earlier, your Windows example, where that error thing is always on, and people are always ignoring it because they think they know what that error was. But what they don't realize is that a capture device just failed, and it's not going to cap the next one. And it's off the screen because it's for whatever reason.
So you propose to have like some pop-up or something like flashing?
I don't know. I just think that's an open issue. I'm not sure.
But I think it's possible that if you have an error, you can say, okay, I get it, but I should take this stuff. I can cancel this, and then it's green here. But the error is still there. So you have to.
That's problematic.
You can have a scenario.
But maybe bubbling the error stated rooms always given them highest priority regardless of sorting order, that might be another way.
Yeah.
It depends how many are likely to be in error, like half the
Right.
classrooms or like.
The rooms are not, this order of rooms only applies, the order of rooms only applies in this, not in the error pop-up. Well, in the error pop-up, it's sorted for severity and for time accuracy.
Right, but I was actually thinking you could double sort that list. You sort it first by error rooms, so they come always to the top, and then the next one is by name or whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice idea.
That might be one way, I'm not sure.
So as per Olaf, unfortunately, we're going to have to close the discussion